Hey everybody, Michelle is here. Hope everybody's doing fantastic, magnificent, and marvelous because I am. So I wanted to come back through again real quick and talk about, I think I got enough time on this phone. I hope so. I want to talk about compatibility and this and that and the other and how it's going to tie into your whether you are alone or or loneliness or whether and I'll explain it in a minute. Because I said before that we all are aligned with somebody, or aligned with certain situations in your life. Okay. And for me, it started when I was a young girl. It came to me in dreams. It came to me in imagination. I used to get snapshots of things in my life. I used to have vivid dreams about future events and this and that and the other. I talked enough about that. And I also said that, that we do align up in with a destiny in the form of a human being, in my opinion. Okay. And I have results of that, but I'm going to explain something in a minute. So that means that there is someone that's meant for us, but chances are we missed the alignment. And I keep saying that, where we didn't hear their voice, see their face, or felt their presence. Because we're so busy, distracted, overpopulated, intentionally overwhelmed, and this and that and the other. And I also say that, we are all destined to be with like-mindedness. We are supposed to be with like-minded people. In other words, people that are going to elevate our consciousness, help us to evolve our conversation. Evolve our consciousness based on the conversation, based on the interaction, based on the socialization of all of that. And anytime we start interfering, I told you there are certain ways that we always interfere with stuff. We always. We want something to be lined up instead of being aligned. We say, okay, look, we are supposed to be compatible. Says who? What's the proof of that we are supposed to be compatible? Now, if you get the dreams like I've had, like I told you, I get the dreams, I got the signs, I saw the vision of it, I had a vision of it, this and that and the other, vision of the phase, vision of the situation, vision, blah, blah, blah. In other words, I have results to prove it. But most people don't want to hear that. But you know why? Because most people are not experiencing that. And that's because people are dismissing that element of energy that does align us together, that bring us together, to connect us. Most of us would rather rely on some third party to say, hey, you are this, you're that, so you two need to come together. Interference, like apps, dating apps, are interference, in my opinion. They're interference. I won't use them. And I haven't used them in over 10 years. I don't need it. Okay, I don't need them. I trust the energy of what I emanate to bring me what I need. And I already told you that I am compatible with someone. Now, whether the other party accepts it or not, that's irrelevant for me. I just know that it works. I know that it's a genuine, scientific, in my opinion, rotation, interaction of energy. And that may not mean nothing, and that's fine. I told you some of my conversation is going to resonate with some people, and some people it won't. I'm not doing this for followers. I just do it for my young people, or whoever is interested in hearing what's coming out of my mouth. And thankfully, like I said, it's free will. So, bye-bye. So yes, we do align with another human being. Now, whether we accept that or not, that's on the individual. I accept it. And, it makes sense to me. It means more to me than to say, okay, I'm supposed to be compatible with this so-called zodiac sign because of what? And I told you, I got involved with somebody and we're supposed to have been perfect on paper, but in reality, it was a nightmare. And, it was a nightmare because there was always a problem with how I was acting. I wasn't acting like the sign I'm supposed to be on paper. On paper, you're supposed to be doing, this is what your sign does. They, and then people just get so caught up in that zodiac sign nonsense. To me, it's nonsense. Now, a lot of us are faking and pretending just to prove that we're right. Okay, and that's a sign of insanity, in my opinion, as well. A lot of people want to be right. Look, that she's a Virgo, so yes, she and I we'll argue and defend these zodiac signs, this stuff that's on paper, these dating apps, this and that and the other, and think that, okay, and so we'll lie and pretend that, this person, we are compatible. We are compatible, instead of knowing that it's an energy. Your energy is what's compatible. Now, what's going to happen is, if we keep with people that keep attempting to force something to connect, you're going to be lonelier than ever. You're going to be lonelier than ever. See, here it is. Here's my situation. I know who I am compatible with. And this is an actual human being, by the way. But if it doesn't come together, okay, it doesn't come together. And I don't have to be with nobody else ever. If I can't be with that particular person, I don't have to be with anybody else ever. Okay, because I can't force myself to be with someone. And let me also say this, that's the same thing with like-mindedness. And unless we are like-mindedness and we're thinking in the same kind of collectiveness, because we all do all over, I can't hang out with you. I know a lot of people used to ask me, Michelle, let's hang out. I can't, unless I feel a connection or some type of like-mindedness to do so. I'd rather be by myself. And I'm not just, saying that to be antisocial. Is just my consciousness will not allow it. That's what I mean by, whether you know it or not, you are evolving your consciousness. A lot of us are unconscious about it. And I think if you become conscious of it via meditation, you can have a little bit more, you'll have a little bit more certainty about where you're headed, and you can make a decision on, okay, you'll have an opportunity to participate instead of just unconsciously being on autopilot. Okay, so like I said, I don't use zodiac signs or any of that kind of stuff to say that I'm compatible with someone. I know that I'm compatible with someone. I already got the vision of it. I already had the dreams about it. Blah blah blah. Now, whether the other person accepts that or not, they don't have to. They could say, well, Michelle, you crazy? Bye bye. And then that's the end of it. What can I do about it? I'm not going to force no one. I'm not going to be coercive. I'm not going to be tempted to convince. I'm just laying out the information based on my experience. So a lot of things are entertainment, and we love to be entertained. We just need to accept that. We love to be entertaining, finding a reason to talk about this, talking about that. Our interpersonal relationships, as a whole, are severed, irreparable, unrepairable, whatever you want to use. Not repairable, non-repairable. So what does that mean? Well, like I said, if you are not accepting the reality of your situation, you're going to be interfering more than you need to. And you're not going to let things just kind of naturally kind of unfold themselves. And a lot of people feel like they run out of time. And I agree. For a lot of people, your time is up. And what does that mean? Well, that means that, like I said, if you think you're lonely now, then wait. You're going to be lonelier as time goes by. So it's best to get out of the trance, get out of your beliefs and fantasies, and say, okay, what's my situation here? What am I willing to accept in another person or in a group of people or this or that and the other? Okay, I already know what I'm going to do and what I'm going to put up with. Okay, and I'm good with it. I don't ever feel lonely. Only thing I feel sometimes is I feel a little bit concerned about, um, how things are going in this world and on this planet and this and that and the other. So I just like to make sure that, okay, I'm in my reality. I'm dealing with reality. That's all. And it's a concern because I know that, hey, I got to take care of myself, and I don't want to be a burden to anyone. That's one of my. We all have certain levels of. I wouldn't call them fears, but we have. I call it a concern. My concern is, I just want to always make sure that I, um, don't become like I said, a burden to someone. Not that it, that it, that ever comes up, but that's just something I have. Like a lot of people say, once I can't breathe on my own, I want you to unplug the machine. A lot of people need to revisit that and make sure that's what you want. Or if I can't go to the bathroom on my own, or if somebody has to wipe my ass, I don't want to be alive. That kind of stuff. Revisit those kind of conversations you're having with yourself, and make sure that's actually what you want, and you're not just saying that out of emotions and feelings. Okay. So, loneliness alone. Like I said, if you are lonely, you're gonna be lonely whether you're with the love of your life or not. You're gonna be lonely if you have a million people around you or not. You're gonna be lonely if you got a million people following you or not. Okay, but aloneness is different. That means that's a certain level of comfort I have inside of me, because that's where I am. Where it doesn't matter who's around me. I'm and 99% of the time I'm happy. But one thing I cannot do is engage myself in conversations with non-like-minded people. I can't do it. And so it's not that I attempt to think that I'm all that. It just doesn't work. My consciousness just doesn't allow it for me to just be hanging out with people because I don't want to be by myself. That's what I mean. I don't have that issue at all. I have no problem eating lunch by myself, dinner by myself. I don't have living by myself. None of that is an issue for me. So there's a lot that we have to contemplate and resolve and find solutions to. But a lot of it is dealing and accepting your reality. Okay. Accepting that, yes, you know what? It is too late for certain things. Accept it. Just accept it. Yeah, maybe it is too late. Maybe it is too late. And a lot of people say, well, it's never too late. Well, be realistic about what that means. What do you mean when you say that? That's why I said we got to elevate our conversation and make sure we're being clear and effective where there is no misunderstandings. Because there is a time where it is too late. Okay, there is a time where time will run out. Okay, there is a time where you will die. It doesn't matter how much you are doing to enrich your experience of living. I think that's fascinating when people want to eat healthier, like I said, be more conscious, be more aware, be more active in their lives. But at some point you will die. Your human this personality that I call Michelle will die at some time. Okay? So there's a lot, but hopefully I can help people to, in a gentle, neutral way, get to a certain level of acceptance and a certain level of consciousness, awareness, about the realities of our situation, and to understand that, the planet is going to be swirling out of control at some point. And all we can do is, leave it all up to the descendants to deal with the after effects at some point in the future, So I'm going to go ahead and stop right there and go ahead and sit here and do some more reading, relaxing. And I want to go ahead and send peace and love to everyone all over. Be gentle, be loving, be kind, especially to yourself. Talk to you soon. And trust me, I'll be back.